These are the elements that affect the organizational relationship that we can find reading this page of the BOE. Related with connections and relationships, BOE says about the importance of education for convivence, respect, avoiding conflicts, and all of that stuff, more in depth in themes like bullying and cyberbullying to make the children be conscious of all of these problems. Also says that people ask for a more open-minded educational system capable of developing all the potential of the students, and all of this also what the educational community wants for education. Also connected to the children-students connections, BOE talks about the presence of the tutor according to make a report of the competencies that each student have to indicate the measure that he or she can reinforce in the next year, and also the importance of the consideration of the teachers to make the student pass a year with some failed subjects. Concerned with connections with the peers, the BOE maintains the importance of orientation and tutorial actions to foment the respect and cooperation between classmates with a special attention to gender equality. Related to connection within the learning context, I want to highlight the two following elements. Autonomous communities have a limited capacity to modify subjects, evaluations, promotions, and titulations, and in the fourth year of primary school, all the educational centers will develop a diagnostic evaluation. Connected to the connections beyond the classroom, the BOE also talks a lot about the importance of gender equality and says also about the teaching team, which needs to analyze the results of the children and take the proper ordinary or extraordinary measurements. Finally, related with connection within learning, BOE talks about two main things. The use of technologies in everyday tasks may foster the change about the comprehension of the reality and the compromising of participating in. The capacity to avoid the own personality and learn during life, among others. The second element to highlight is precisely to adequate the necessities of the students to time and methodologies, proposing other activities and cooperative. If I was a principal, then 5 main points of my organization related with grouping would be the following ones. All are present in classroom, related with teacher-students connection, this allows a close relationship between them and motivates the children in lessons. Heterogeneous group composition to make the connection with the peers a key element in education, making tasks in which they can help each other. The group site on my organization plan will be groupings of 4 to 8 people, which is so much important related to connections and relationships as a team in a class. Related to tasks and curriculum areas, I want to change the school making tasks in a digital context because I think that it could be an actual way of learning that can help them to work in the future and thinking about the digital world in which we are living. Finally, according to the relation between pupils, my organization is going to be with cooperative groups with the presence of the teacher, establishing a connection beyond the classroom. For me, it's so important that children work in groups to establish relationships, but they also need to be managed and helped by an adult, in this case, the teacher. Taking into account all of this, I think that my type of leadership can be the transformational one because I want to create a class environment in which everyone can be comfortable and express ideas. Reflecting about that, I believe that I work hard in this subject and be conscious about that. I think that I deserve almost an 8 because I was so implicated in this subject and work to pass it. I think that one of the more crucial ideas of this subject is grouping because it's so important to know how organize the class in these terms, and are also a lot of ways to do it, but you need to know what's the one that can fix you and your class. One of the points that most surprised me was related to the complexity of organization, more concretely emerging knowledge through correction, which seems to me so interesting and maybe something too easy to understand, but also a meaningful thing to me related with the way of learning. I learned a lot about laws and education, like the BOE, which I think it's so important to have real knowledge about how to prepare and organize classes to obtain good results following the curriculum.